It is not an exaggeration to say that the San Diego Padres may be the most confusing MLB team on the planet. Heralded as being one of the most complete squads walking into last year, a lot of people were thinking that the Padres could go all the way and represent the NL in the World Series. If you're watching this video though, then you already know that didn't happen. Not only did the San Diego Padres not make the World Series, but they didn't even make playoffs and landed on a lot of people's list as one of the most disappointing squads in 2023. Now the San Diego Padres have found themselves in a bit of a limbo land with huge questions surrounding their superstar Juan Soto. Will they trade him? Will they extend him? Will they let his contract play out? These are the questions that Padres fans have been asking themselves repeatedly. And based on some recent and just wild reports that we're gonna break down, nobody has any idea what the hell they're gonna do. What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this one, folks, we are going to be talking about the San Diego Padres and the wildly confusing future going on with their superstar, Juan Soto. Make sure you stay till the end, folks, because we have a lot of conflicting accounts that we're about to reveal. Before we do, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy baseball content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. All right, folks, let's get into it. So the Juan Soto / San Diego Padres drama is all coming from the fact that he only has 1 year left on his contract. And this should come as absolutely no surprise to anyone, right? The Padres, they knew his contract when they traded for him, and it heavily influenced what they gave up. And I think a lot of people, myself included, thought that when they were going to trade for him, an extension was going to be coming pretty imminently. That obviously didn't happen though, and now after a season that a lot of Padres fans would just love to forget, everything's kind of been thrown up into the air as to what they are going to do with Juan Soto. So let's start with what people are saying. Jon Heyman recently came out and said that it is very unlikely that the San Diego Padres move Juan Soto this offseason. Here is his biggest argument.
I'm still of a mind it's more likely than not he stays in San Diego at least to the trade deadline. They give it a shot to try to win again one more year. To trade him now, now they look like an 80-win team.
Now, to me, that makes a lot of sense, you know? Like, you still have a ton of good bats in that lineup, even though the pitching is weak. But if a few things go your way, you know, a few dominoes fall in the Padres' direction, they could be competitive in 2024. But if you trade away Juan Soto, literally your best player, then your odds of being competitive, they decrease significantly. So that's what Jon Heyman has to say, but Jeff Passan, he is taking a completely different approach. Jeff Passan recently came out and talked about the San Diego Padres' payroll problems and said that the only logical solution was to get rid of Juan Soto if they want to start to cut costs.
When we look at their payroll, they're $191 million estimated right now with arbitration salaries. If you want a payroll at $200 million, as the Padres would like to do for next season, logically, what it says to you is that Juan Soto has to go.
So we have Passan saying one thing, Jon Heyman saying something completely different. But what about the Padres? What are they saying? Well, AJ Preller recently came out and said, we're going to have conversations with Scott and his group about what it looks like long term. Our position player team, we think, is very strong. Keeping that group together, adding to the pitching, that's one plan. So that's what Preller said, and I absolutely love how MLB in their article follows up with exactly what it is that we're all thinking. They write, that's one plan. The implication, of course, is that there are other plans, perhaps even a plan that involves trading a 25-year-old superstar who was just named a finalist for his 4th All-MLB team. And of course, right, when you come out and you say, well, oh, that's one avenue, or that's one plan that we could go down, that indicates that there are, in fact, other plans that you could be thinking about. So now we're left in a situation where whenever you log on to Twitter, you're going to see somebody saying something about Juan Soto, and God only knows if it is true or not. Hell, in the middle of all of this, you also have Bob Nightingale coming out and saying Padres GM AJ Preller is trying to persuade ownership to keep Juan Soto until at least the trade deadline. Whether or not that new rumor is true, I have absolutely no idea. So that's what everybody's saying, right? You got a bunch of people coming at it from a bunch of different angles. But what is the actual truth? What is the truth of Juan Soto and the Padres? What does that future look like? Well, to be completely honest, folks, I think that it is kind of a mixture of everything. I think that the Padres are trying to extend him. I also think that they are trying to trade him, and I also think that they're probably thinking about holding on to him and maybe trading him at the deadline or maybe letting his contract play out. In fact, I would go so far to say that I don't even think that AJ Preller has any idea what the hell they are going to do with Juan Soto. It sounds to me like he is trying to explore every single possible avenue for what he can do to better this team, right? So he is looking at trading him, and he is looking at extending him, and we are hearing rumors about them holding on to Juan Soto because he is looking into all this, but it doesn't actually mean that it's going to happen. The actual truth about Juan Soto is that nobody has any idea what his future looks like, and I think the San Diego Padres, they're along for the ride just like all of us. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.